There we are. Hi guys, namaste. God bless. How are all of you? It's Monday. Gotta make my announcement to Tori before I went on. I'm like, be quiet. Hope you guys had a great Monday. Yeah, it's late. It's late, but that's how it's been in the life of me. And blessed and busy as usual. But I am gonna go through something tonight. Hopefully it gives you guys a little insight, because this always perplexed me as far as goal setting and told the old-fashioned way. You know, you got to do things a certain way to attain your goals in life. And to me, it was a bunch of shit, because it all boils down to who I am in the present and constantly being in that present, whatever time, hence what's coming out of the quote box tonight, whatever time you choose, their programming time. But first, I'm going to hit the National Day Up, because a lot of you guys are kind of getting crazy. It's tax day, obviously. Yeah, I get that. But a notable day today, I like this. It's National Purple Day. National Purple Up Day, indeed. Even though the day's almost over, hopefully I'll have the show on in the mornings coming up. This way it kind of makes sense with this National Day thing. But National Day of Purple is for the unsung heroes of the military. And imagine this. Not talking about the soldiers per se, but the children. And I love this because it recognizes those who I can only imagine what these guys go through when their parents are off, when they're out for months and years at a time, pardon the pun, time again, the time they spent just thinking about their parents not being there or siblings not being there. It's also National Laundry Day, which I did yesterday. And, you know, coming from my place, it's National Glazed Spiral Ham Day, okay? With a home full of guinea pigs, I'm not going to take a chance with that one. That's not that kind of pig. But that said, Einstein, I love his theory on this, and he brought it in many facets. He said time is just an illusion. And I've always asked that question, because how does time and what I want to desire really come together and coincide with each other? And there really isn't no time. It's just an illusion that we make of it. And I'll make sense with this, really. He said time is just an illusion. Indeed, I get that. And a lot of prophets and sages and scientists have always noted different variables when it comes to this. And it's really important for you guys to understand it for yourself. And a lot of it is subjective to human-made illusion. What does that mean? Our own creation. Whatever time we are in at the present, in other words, they're talking about the present moment. That's what they're talking about as far as time-wise. What you put in that present moment creates the next moment. And I love how a lot of people, and myself included, I focus on time a lot when I'm doing my work, knowing that whatever state I'm in at that present time is going to create the next step. And this is a great lesson for you guys, because if you're in this constant state that is not conducive to where you want to go, you can't reach your goals. And I received a message from a dear friend who wanted to talk about her business and why it's not moving forward. Indeed, that's one of the dream killers out there. When you start worrying about why things are happening, you're not giving it the time to mature. Did you ever think about the fact that you haven't reached where you want it to go yet because you're not ready for it yet? And the time that is spent right now is the time that you should be learning about what you want to have, be, and do, and getting better at what you want to have, be, and do, and constantly getting better at that, because they said in Ecclesiastes, for everything there is a season and a time for every matter, in other words, us, under the heaven. What they're talking about, the thinking mind to the reality mind. And it's a great way to really approach life, knowing that you're in complete control of whatever you put in this present moment. And I wrote many moons ago, many moons ago, I wrote it but didn't understand it until I really figured out, and really coincides with what Einstein was talking about. He put, don't put time limits on things that take time. A lot of us are impatient. I am guilty. I can hold up both hands on that one, of a lot of things in life when it comes to wanting to create that how should we say, desire per se. But I forget about the most important thing, gestation. Gestation, the development of something over a period of time. You have to get good at what you're doing to bring it to pass. And what you're doing in the present moment, whatever you're doing towards that desire, is going to determine its outcome. And next, most importantly, which a lot of us say we have, but a lot of us fail to preach what that is called faith. Whatever you're trying to have, be, and do, you got to give that thing, and you got to give that shit 100% of your time and effort in whatever it is, if you really desire it. If you don't give 100%, it probably means that you don't desire it, or you don't desire it enough to give it all your time. Therefore, the point of all this bantering, is the more you focus on what you want, the more you constantly will bring about what you want in life. And I love that. Faith is the sincerity of intentions, hence consistency, devotion, and loyalty. And you put in effort, whatever it is, whether it's a relationship, a goal, a dream, a desire, a quest, whatever you're doing in life, you give that 100% faith, the gestation period is going to go at 10 times the speed and bring it to you in life. And when you understand that and you realize this, you'll be able to avoid what Jake Ducey said. And I'm going to bring this to you guys. I love this. I actually met this guy, not on a personal level, but I went to a Warped Tour with my kids many moons ago. And this guy was selling books out of his trunk. And literally, he had a trunk that he was carrying books around of his, how should we say, he journeyed around the world via backpack. Literally, this guy went around the world with just a backpack, and he documented that as a spiritual journey in his life. He is now a big YouTuber. I've loved him for many moons. And he had this show many moons ago that came up on my memories. And it was about the top 5 dream killers. And this is what will ruin that, how should we say, that present moment of time that you're in, that you have to realize what you're thinking about every single day. The top 5 dream killers, thinking without feeling. I like that. We can think about anything we want in life. We really can. But you start attaching a feeling to that, thinking and feeling equals manifestation. Pardon the pun, think about it. If you're sad all day thinking about a past relationship, you can only create more sad situations. It doesn't have to be in a relationship, but situations to match that. Which is quite ironic, because I've been begging, literally begging work. I haven't had a vacation in the longest time, or any time off. As you guys can tell, I haven't been putting on many shows. And I've been getting angry about that. I've been thinking about it and getting angry. Why? Everybody's getting time off but me, because I realize how important my job is. I get it. I'm blessed. But there's periods of time where I get angry. I'm like, ugh. Then I get a text from Victoria. She goes, I'm staying home from work today. I might have the bug that's going around work. And I thought to myself, Jared, you've just been sending out to the universe that you want a time off. Do you really want that kind of time off? So you better straighten out your shit. And it really made me think. So thinking and feeling will always create manifestation. Whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're feeling is going to manifest. So if you keep thinking about that dream or that desire or that person putting 100% effort into it, does that make sense? 100% effort, it's going to manifest into what you want. Number 2, pushing your dreams into the future. I hear this all day long, and I don't say nothing because people do it all the time. Here is pushing your dream into the future. It's telling the universe, it'll come up someday. I hope it'll happen. This is the verbiage that I hear. It's pretty ironic. I hear, I hope it'll happen someday, or I will think I'll make it someday, or maybe it'll happen someday. You're basically just pushing, this is what I'm talking about. What you say you bring, you're basically just pushing it away from you. And what Jake said was astounding. He said, pushing your dreams in the future, you have to believe it right now. I am attaining what I want. I am in the present moment. I am. Does that make sense? Speaking in the present moment will bring you more of those present moments. It'll bring you more time to realize who you are as a person. Number 3, this is what I had a problem with, and a lot of you guys can concur. It's resentment. You're holding on to something back there. How can you if you're holding on to something back there, how can you create something new right here? You know, they always said if you want to create a new life, clean out your closet. In other words, yeah, indeed, your emotional closet as well. Because you start carrying those past, a feeling of displeasure or persistent ill. You keep carrying that, your dreams have no room, and your desires have no room, or your wants have no room to grow in a mind that's full of the past. And easier said than done indeed, but time doesn't heal old wounds. Only you can. And think about this. Don't put time limits on things that take time. Be that time. Be that person. Be that situation. Be it 100%, and watch the synchronicities that happen in the universe. Number 4, comparing your success. I like this because I lived that for like a decade. You know, the white picket fence, the house, the neighbors, that kind of shit. When I was married, we were all comparing ourselves to each other. You're running your own race. I had to learn it the hard way. I had to lose everything, in other words, to gain everything. I didn't really want it anyway, so it was taken away from me. But you have to lose everything to gain what you want, letting go of that comparing mentality of who you are to somebody else. It's not worth it. Who cares what kind of accolades or acronyms they have in the beginning or the end of their name? It doesn't matter. You're running your own race, and whatever you put in that race, that thought process is going to create the next step. And finally, number 5, a crowded mind. I can always tell a person's life just by looking in their car. You can tell if it's in chaos or a mess. That usually means their mind's in a mess. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Einstein was a pig. I mean, the guy made a mess. He was a mess. But he knew how to control his thoughts. A crowded mind, there's 60 to 70,000 thoughts we carry every day. 60 to 70,000 thoughts that we carry every day. What is in those 60 to 70,000 thoughts? They call it reflection at the end of the day. They say, I'll reflect on what you thought about. How? How can you do that with 60 to 70,000 thoughts going on in that little noggin between your left and right ear? I get it. I get it. That's why it's so imperative that you clean your emotional closet, that you understand that you are the source of creating whatever time you want, living in that present moment, because the illusion of time is what you create from it. So if you, how should we say, put into those 60 or 70,000 thoughts all good that you want in your life the majority of the day, you cannot help but manifest more of that. And when you start living this way, you start living in the present moment, as they say, which is called a gift. If you start living that way, you can only create from that. So it should be the biggest, how should we say, up in your life to realize how truly powerful you are. And the more you focus on what you want, you're going to bring about that want. The more you focus on your desire, you're going to bring about that desire. We already do it. We're just doing it backwards with what we don't want. We don't want to go to work. We don't want to be here. We don't want to have this life. And I heard it today at work. That's the same kind of scenario. I don't want to be here. Then why are you here? Why are you doing what you're doing? You're wasting the present moment that's going to create and probably ruin other present moments of your reality, because the illusion of time is your perception of it. When you start realizing how powerful you are, you're going to start taking control of that time, which is so imperative to our well-being as people. So guys, really grasp hold of this. Think about what Einstein said. Time is just an illusion. It's our perception of what we're thinking every single day that's creating the next moment in our life. And that's my understanding of it. And that's what helped me, coming from, as I mentioned many times here on America's Mentor, the hardest working guy out there. And all of you are hardest working as well. But what are you putting in that hard work every day of 60 to 70,000 thoughts every single day? What are you putting in there? What kind of constructive thinking are you doing? Because that's the illusion you're creating for the next moment of illusion. When you realize reality is nothing but an illusion, it's hard for people to realize and grasp that we're just basically a flutter of time, just moving right along. What are you going to create in there? We're brought here to grow. We're brought here to be our best selves. Why ruin it on past situations that have hurt us? Move forward with your life. Understand how special you are, and realize that you can create the next moment just by living in the present where you want to go now. And start thinking and feeling that every single day. Just remember, thinking something and feeling that something is going to manifest into that something. So if you're thinking about your desires and you're feeling abundant all day long, you are going to manifest situations to match that, which is a great thing, because now you have, and you realize you got complete control of where you're going, guys. So hopefully this helped on this Monday, along with the National Day of Spiraled Ham. Hopefully this helped you guys. But check me out later, guys. America's Mentor _radio on Instagram. at America's Mentor on X. Now, please follow me, Jerry Maldonado 2 on Facebook, for unique information to help you to your destination. Ignorance was bliss in my life for a couple decades, not realizing the true power that I had, moreover the confidence to really pursue what I wanted, and I'm still doing that every day. The gestation of growing takes time. Don't worry about what's going on in your life. Just be what you want in life and watch how life responds, guys. So enjoy your Monday, guys. I'm gonna get some dinner, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.